from Save the Day. Welcome.
Thank you, Madam Chair and my Senator.
Nice to have you.
I'm here to express Save the Day support for this legislation. Thank you, Senate President Ruggiero, again for introducing it not only last year but this year. The good ones take time, and appreciate your response to people's concerns about last year's bill. The pollution problems caused by production of plastics and the use of plastics, including plastic bags, is known to everyone. Where we see them at Save the Bay is that we do a lot of coastal cleanups, and what we find is that plastic bags are washing down into catch basins and food pipes and winding up on beaches, as well as just being blown around. And so the coastal cleanups that we do yield a lot of plastic bags, as well as other things. I also think that this whole issue is a challenging one, and this legislation represents, I think, a first step of hopefully many to get at some of these very difficult issues around plastics as well as styrofoam and other materials. On the issue of fees, last year we supported the 5-cent per bag fee. This year we are just asking for consideration of that issue again. I think the discussion has already started here. And our support for that is based on generally the idea of just creating incentives or building in incentives for people to go to reusable. Paper bags do indeed create their own environmental problem. The production of them, the use of them, etc. They're not just pieces of tree. There's a lot more involved in paper bag production and use. So the fee issue does raise a number of detailed concerns, I think, for both consumers and for vendors, so that would have to be part of the discussion. But we just ask consideration of that issue with the goal of driving everyone towards reusable bags and away from single-use bags, be they plastic or paper. But having said all that, Save the Bay supports this legislation. Senate President Ruggiero and the co-sponsors for introducing it.
Thank you. Any questions?
So for you, the fee is a disincentive. You want people to have that out there, why pay any type of fee?
No.
To allocate to the bags?
So we're suggesting, so ban the single-use plastic bags at checkout.
Right.
But also put a fee of some kind on the paper bags that are now available. So when I go into Shaw's in Riverside right now, I don't have the single-use plastic bag option, and if I forget my reusable bag, which happens, I'm given a paper bag, and there are stacks of paper bags being handed out to customers. So is there a way for a fee-based system to, if set up the right way, to incentivize the use of reusable bags? There are all kinds of issues around it. It's not that simple, but I think it's worth looking into. Again, all with the goal of driving us all to using reusable bags and moving us away from single-use bags. I don't have the answer on what the right fee might be, but it's complicated.
Yeah, the fee would be, to pay the fee would be a disincentive, so you're trying to incentivize people to use the plastic, not
The reusable bags.
The reusable bags.
Yes.
So we had a lot of conversation on that issue last year.
Yes.
I asked the same question last year about the cost spread between the plastic bags and paper bags. Never received any information. So I think I became convinced that that was a red herring. Everybody's had a full year to put that data together, presented to us again. Still not being presented to us. So I'm just not convinced. I'm not saying that anybody's misrepresenting the committee, but I'm not convinced. So put that argument aside. So the second argument about using it as an incentive, I think is a little petrologic as well. What we really want to do is, first and foremost, we want to get this plastic out of the environment. That's really what we want to accomplish. There's a certain portion of the consumer world, and frankly, probably those most likely to use their neighborhood bodega for the shop that are probably not going to, or be sort of the last in the behavior chain to get there with their plastic, their reusable bags, and non-plastically reusable bags. So those are the people we're penalizing. We're penalizing the group of consumers who are probably least likely to be able to make the transition, and least likely, 5 cents doesn't sound like much, but go to the bodega a couple of times a day because you live in a boarding house next to it, you don't have your bag. So I just feel like because we want to get plastic out of the environment, we're willing to penalize a portion of the consumer population that is most vulnerable. So I can't see that 5 cents either addressing the commercial argument or the consumer or behavior argument.
So if I might, again, we support the bill as is, because it does get at the plastics issue. What I'm saying is that I think it would be a mistake for everyone to assume that now we're okay because paper's okay. It has its own issues, and again, I don't have the answer to what is the right fee or how the fee system might work for both consumers and vendors, but I still think it's worth digging into. The fact that you haven't gotten data yet tells me, among other things, that it's probably complicated. But
It's okay, we deal with complicated stuff all the time. We're not afraid of complicated
but
stuff.
you need data to deal with it,
Yeah.
that's what you're saying.
And so we had a pretty extended conversation about this last year. And so there was plenty of opportunity to present that information to us in support of that position. Nobody ever did. We're having a conversation the second time. Nobody provided the information in support of that position. So it seems more intuitive, and I understand what you say about, paper can be a complicated manufacturing process as well. It can play its own role in the environment. But I can't see penalizing a portion of the consumer population for us to get to where we want to get, which is get the plastic out of the environment, without real information and data to support that it's necessary to penalize it.
So, again, the bill as is gets into the plastics issue, but I would just suggest or recommend that whether it's in this legislation or some other bill or process, to look into the other part of this, which is paper bags.
We invited that conversation last year, we had had a conversation again this year. Nobody's bringing it to us. Thanks.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And I would like